Hello, are you ready to play a few of the daily New York Times games? My name is Mara, and this is Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled. Today, I'm going to be unraveling the New York Times games, WORDLE, STRANDS, and Connections for Sunday, November 16th, 2025. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't already done your New York Times games for today, I always recommend that you pause the video and do that first, and then come back and compare and see how we did. Or if you prefer, you can always follow along with me as I work on the games. Afterward, I just ask that you leave a kind comment down below as to what you thought and how you did. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up my wheel of Wordle start words so that I can select my starting word for today. I'm going to exit out of full screen and shuffle these up. Make it full screen again, and here we go. Frame. Okay, frame. I'm not sure if I've actually had that word before. Ironically, we were just talking about frames yesterday for my twins' college degrees. So I think that's an appropriate word. I'm going to pause my recording while I bring up my phone, and then we'll get to working on Wordle. Okay, I have my phone screen pulled up. I'm going to open up my New York Times Games app and scroll down to Wordle. Guess your way to the correct word for Sunday, November 16th. Go ahead, add another day to your 447-day streak. All right, frame. All right. Okay, well, an E not at the end, no FRA or M. Okay, what do we still have? We have T, S, D, L, C, B, N. Okay, what about B, L, E, blend? Let's give that a try. Okay, so actually we have the E and the D at the correct spot and an L in the wrong spot. So could it be something ELD? Because we don't have an R. There's no N. What else would it can a vowel go there? Like EOD? L something, I don't think so, or EID. Usually it's IED, I before E, except after C. S, is there a word that is at like, let's just say SC? No, because that would have to be, no. I feel like it's going to be something ELD. So what do we have? Maybe we have like IELD words. Yield. Let me write this down. Yield. Wield. Field. Oh no, there's no F. Okay. Wield. Yield, wield, yield. Tiled. I don't know if they're, no, because the L does not go in the second spot. So that makes any L blends out. But we could, okay, so far we have those two words. I could try one of them. I still have 4 guesses left. But let's see, could we have L? if it's not an ELD word, oh, ELD, oh gosh. Okay, L, E, I don't think so. L, I, E, no. No, I'm going to give yield. I'm going to try wield. Alphabetically, it comes first, and I have a feeling it would be wield over yield, just because that seems like a Wordle thing to do. So let's see. Let's hope. Okay, it is wield. All right. So got it in 3. I have played 785 games. My current and max streak are 448. Let's quickly see what the bot says. Okay. Okay, it's giving me a 90 out of 99, and I'm just going to, oh, and the average was 4.5 guesses, and I got it in 3. I'll leave that to come up. Okay, it says that after typing in the word frame, there were still 343 guesses left. And after typing in blend, there were only 2 words left. And so those words had to be yield and wield. So it's going to tell me, lucky guess, you got it right. Yeah, you had 2 words to pick from and you chose the right one. Excellent work. And you bested me. I would have guessed yield. So the bot would have guessed yield. And so there you go. All right. I think that's it, right? So yeah, because the bot would have gotten it in 4. I got it in 3. All right, very cool. And then here we'll reveal and show that the bot was going to do slate, because that seems to be the bot's favorite word. Riven, or I think it's Riven, not Riven, but it could be Riven. And weary, oh, so then weary helped to figure out whether it was going to be. But see, the bot does not do hard mode, and I try to do it where I'm only using the letter, you know, I'm trying not to reuse letters that I know are not in the word. So anyway, okay, because the bot already knew that A and R were not in the word, but it reused it anyway. So yeah. Okay. Well, how did you do? What was your starting word today? Okay. Let's move on to strands. Find hidden words and uncover the day's theme for Sunday, November 16th. Around it goes. Around it goes. Okay. I'm seeing scarf here. Now let's go ahead and do a screenshot on this, just in case. So it goes around. So maybe we're talking words that go around. We'll go ahead and we'll leave purple. I also see shawl, scarf. I'm seeing like hats. Hats. Okay, but I also see wrap here. Okay. I don't feel confident about that, but I mean, that's why I just did little taps. What else? I'm seeing note. That's not a wrap. That's not a round, I should say. Okay, let me just delete the screenshot. I don't think that's going to be super helpful today. Let me go ahead and try scarf, see if that works. It does. Okay, let's try shawl, because it's those things go around. All right. Wrap. No. Okay. Maybe that's part of the spanogram. Wrap. Okay, maybe we have that's a wrap. All right. So what else is a wrap beside? We have 4 words left. A wrap. B-R-A-I-D. What are all these L's doing here? I feel like there's got to be a double L somewhere with all these consonants. Is like B, R, L, L, F, L, C, and a P and an H over here. That's a lot of consonants with very few vowels. Like these are the only couple vowels in the area. Phone. Around it goes, the phone. Yeah, I-E-L, no D. I think I'm going to go ahead and get a hint. Foil. Okay, around it goes. So foil, are we talking like aluminum foil? You put it around things? I have no idea. R-E-A-D. Did I already type in bread? No, I didn't. Flatbread? Is flatbread round? I guess like in a round loaf of flatbread? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, there's 2 words left. We had foil. There's like no. Oh, maybe cellophane. All right, cellophane, and now we have 1 word left. A stole? Like that's also kind of a wrap, right? A stole, a shawl, a stole. Okay. That was a little tricky. I got 2 words, the spanogram, then I couldn't think of anything else. I had to get a hint, and then I got the remaining 4 words. So how did you do? All right, let's move on to connections, group words that share a common thread. Go ahead, add another day to your 171-day streak for November 16th, 2025. Our 16 connections words are pedestrian, barcode, tax, railroad, zebra, everyday, school, avenue, rugby shirt, approach, banal, parking, philosophy, humdrum, IBM logo. I have an IBM. Can I look? Or no, I don't have an IBM. I have an HP. And method. Okay. IBM logo. What does the IBM logo look like? Why can't I think of it? I thought I used to have an IBM, but I do not. Okay. All right. Well, something that I was noticing as I read them was like railroad, avenue, parking, and tax, like Monopoly, like seen on Monopoly, like income tax. There are railroads, there's avenues, there's free parking. I don't know if that's a red herring, but let's look and see what else we have by doing a screenshot. Okay, so I've got purple. We'll just leave it. Okay, so barcode, zebra, rugby shirt. Those are all like maybe stripes, like a rugby shirt. Aren't they in stripes? And barcodes, of course, stripes, zebra, stripes. Does the IBM logo have stripes? Why can't I picture the IBM logo in my head? I'm going to have to look it up after it just to see what it looks like. Okay, well, what else? Let's switch the color to yellow. Well, like humdrum, everyday, pedestrian, banal, like just everyday, like your everyday clothes, your everyday dishes, or not special. Pedestrian, it's just very simple. Banal, I'm not sure, but humdrum, boring. Yeah, I feel like those can go together, and then that would leave the remaining ones. Let me switch color to green. That leaves school, approach, philosophy, and method. Okay, so like your school of thought, the approach you take on something, the method, the philosophy. Yeah, I feel good about that. I'm kind of feeling good about this. So let me delete my screenshot. I don't think I'll mix this up. Let me delete this. Okay. Let me just try this. This was my first thought. Yes. Oh, purple. Yay. Words on Monopoly squares. Awesome. Okay, let's go with the stripes. Barcode. I'm not super confident about this. Zebra, rugby shirt, barcode. Is there anything else that would be? Oh, I feel like it's got to be right. Let me try it. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay, now if I can just get a reverse rainbow, stripy things. Okay, I want to look at the IBM logo. Okay, your philosophy, your approach, your method, your school, banal, pedestrian, humdrum, and everyday. I feel like this should be green, but it could be yellow. If we get the reverse rainbow, that would be cool, but if not, no big deal. Okay. Oh, shoot. Technique. All right. So obviously we end with green. That's fine. Okay. Run of the mill. Yes. Run of the mill. Pedestrian. Okay. All right. Well, wow. How did you earn? Oh, it's like I got a badge earned. It says purple first. what does that mean? Like how, like you 75 times. Okay, so today was my 75th time getting purple first out of 444 games. Okay, so my current streak is 172. Whew. Let's check the bot and see how we did and how tough it was. I don't feel like it was too tough. 74. Oh, okay. So this is saying a 3 out of 5 difficulty. 70, not quite 75% of the people solved it. So 22% of the players did it without making a mistake. 23% made one mistake, 17%, 2 mistakes, 12%, 3 mistakes, and then 26% failed to solve it. Okay, they're giving me a 98 out of 99 because I almost had a reverse rainbow. Okay, but 1 in 144 people had the same solution as me. Okay, run of the mill. So that category, people actually found green first. And that was 45% got green first. 43% got stripy things first. Only 6% got the Monopoly squares first. And 6% got yellow first. That's pretty low for yellow, I would think. I would think a lot more people had that. But run-of-the-mill and stripy things were by far found most frequently first. Okay, let's move on. So a lot of, the avenue, the approach, the method. Okay, I could see how you might mix up yellow and purple. Barcode, railroad, zebra, and rugby shirt. So they were along the right lines of stripe things, but then they missed the IBM. Okay, so 42% of the players that made mistakes made that first mistake with the yellow and purple. And then, pedestrian, railroad, school, and parking, road signs. Now that is something I didn't even think about. Yeah, like you would see like pedestrian crossing, railroad crossing, school crossing, and parking or whatever. That I might, like, if I had thought a little bit more or had not seen the Monopoly stuff so early on, I might have made that mistake too. I didn't even think about like road signs. Okay, 10% made the mistake with railroad, school, avenue, and parking. Okay, and pedestrian, railroad. Oh gosh, 1 from each. Pedestrian, railroad, zebra, and school. And that maybe they thought it was a blank crossing, but that was 1 from every category. But there 9% of the people made the mistake of 1 from each category. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's look. Okay, so fantastic start. You solved purple first, the trickiest category to find today. And then, yeah, it looks like most people also got blue second. So the group, the stripy things group shares a physical attribute, a trickier type of connection. I don't really think about, like, as soon as you think of a zebra, you think stripes. And if you think of a barcode, you think stripes. So anyway, that's just me. All right. The yellow category I got next. It says it secured my victory. And then, of course, I got the green category last. Okay. Wow. And I got a badge today. Very cool. Let me just stop sharing this. And I'm going to do a quick, like, what does the IBM logo look like? Just because I need to refresh my memory. Images. Oh, yes, for sure, stripes. How could I forget this? Let me just share really quick so you can see the variety of stripes in that. But yeah, Whoops. I'm not sure what I just did there, but let me stop sharing this and share my screen so that you can all see. Yes, definitely very striped, right? Okay, I'll stop sharing that and remove that. Well, how did you do on your games today? That was fun. I would appreciate it if you check out the links in my description box and leave me a nice comment below. If you haven't already, would you be willing to subscribe to this channel and turn on that notification bell? There should be a link to do that right there. And then also check out that video over there that YouTube is suggesting for you. Don't forget to put a little play in your day. Take care, and I will see you again tomorrow with some more of the daily New York Times games. Bye.